Welcome everyone. Today we will be discussing about paradigms. So paradigm, what exactly is a paradigm? What are the types of paradigm? Who gave the concept of paradigm? How is it relevant today? Right? So we'll be dealing with all of this. So first of all, let us understand who termed the word paradigm. From where did the word paradigm come from? So the term paradigm was coined by Thomas S. Kuhn. And where did he first mention it? In his book, The Structure of Scientific Revolutions. Right? So two important things to know here, that the term paradigm was coined by Thomas S. Kuhn, and it was mentioned in his book, The Structure of Scientific Revolutions. Right? So what did he say about paradigm? What is paradigm? According to him, paradigm is a shared framework, or it is a blueprint, you can say, where it has been mentioned that what are the assumptions, what are the theories, methods, values and examples that will guide research within a specific discipline, right? So paradigm is not only restricted to psychology, paradigm is relevant to any field, any discipline where research is being conducted, right? It can be in sociology, it can be in psychology, right? So paradigm is a framework on the basis of which research in a particular field or discipline is being carried out, right? It tells us that what we should study, right? Suppose we are doing a research, what we should study, how should we study it, right? And when we are studying, what will count as valid knowledge, right, or as valid experience, and how interpretation should be done. How interpretation should be done means how it should be, whether it should be objective, whether it should be subjective, how interpretation should be carried out, right? So it gives a basic framework for how a research is to be conducted, and it was given by Thomas S. Kuhn in his book, The Structure of Scientific Revolutions. According to Kuhn, so basically there are two persons, right? One is Thomas S. Kuhn and the second one is Lincoln and Guba, who talked about paradigm. So Thomas S. Kuhn, he gave different components of paradigm, and Lincoln and Guba, they mentioned different components of paradigm. So we have to prepare accordingly. So the components of paradigm according to Kuhn are symbolic generalizations, models, values, exemplars, right? Symbolic generalizations means what? How are generalizations being carried out? Through laws, through equations, right? And they are represented as symbols. So in equations, what do we write? We write about the symbols, and it is a generalization. Symbolic कैसे हम generalize कर सकते हैं? अब generalize करने के लिए what are the models that will be followed? What are the models means? Any model which is being constructed, right? It has some assumptions. Like if we say Maslow's hierarchical model, so there are some assumptions, like first the deficiency needs will be met, then only will go to the growth needs. So every research that is being conducted, or every model that is being done, it is based on some assumptions, right? And third is what are the values? Values means how the standards, how the validity, reliability, right, how it has to be ensured. So this is all about values. And last one is exemplars. Exemplars talks about the standard experiments, right? How the research is to be carried out. So the exemplars. So there are four components of a paradigm according to Kuhn. So first is symbolic generalizations, second is models, third is values, and fourth is exemplars. Now let us understand these components on the basis of two paradigms. So behaviorist theory is a kind of a paradigm, right? What is the focus? Focus is on observable and measurable behavior, right? Second, what is the method used when, like behaviorist theory, Pavlov and Skinner. Pavlov, he conducted experiments on dogs, so experimentation is the method. Assumption is that behavior is not innate, behavior is always learned through observation, through imitation. So that is what is mentioned in behaviorism. And the value is objectivity, right? Next is cognitive paradigm. Cognitive paradigm में हम क्या focus करते हैं? We look at the mental processes, the lower order thinking skills, the higher order thinking skills, right? Executive functioning. So all these mental processes are being studied. What is the method? Method is information processing model, such as the PASS model, right? How information is processed. It considers, what is the assumption? The assumption is that our mind works like a computer. Computer में जैसे input जाता है, the information is processed, and then we get the output. Similarly, whatever our brain is like a computer, and all the information that enters our brain, it is being processed in a model, which is information processing model, which constitutes of schemas, right? How do we fit in the information into the existing schemas? How accommodation, assimilation, all these processes are carried carried out, right? So all this is mentioned in the cognitive paradigm, is like the research is should focus on all these things, right? So इसके बाद क्या होगा, cognitive paradigm fix हो गया. So any research that is being based on cognitive paradigm, it will follow all these things. It will follow these standard symbolic generalizations, these exemplars, models, values. So all these are fixed. Now what is paradigm according? So this is what we have understood about what Thomas S. Kuhn mentioned about paradigm, right? He was the first person. After developing on his works, Lincoln and Guba made some further studies, right? They explored and they expanded the idea of paradigm. So for them, paradigm is not just a research framework, right? They told that paradigm is a set of basic beliefs about reality, knowledge, values, method, all these things. पहले क्या था? According to Thomas S. Kuhn, he just mentioned that it is a basic framework on which research can be done. Now he subdivided it and he expanded it, and he told that it is also about reality, how we consider reality, how we know about knowledge, what do we think about knowledge, how we acquire it, what is the methodology that is to be followed, what are the values that should be considered. So these all were given by Lincoln and Guba. So they told that Lincoln and Guba, they mentioned that every paradigm what is there, it answers 4 questions. One is ontological question. Ontological question means what is the nature, form of reality. Second is the epistemological question. What is the epistemological question? That what is the relationship between whom? The researcher and the reality, the knowledge and the observer. So what is the relation between them? That is given by epistemology. Third is methodology. Methodology means how the researcher will find out what they want to find out, right? They want to do a research. What is the methodology that will follow? Now here you have to understand that methodology and method are 2 different concepts, right? Methodology gives how the research could be conducted, right? And methods are the specific techniques that we use to conduct that research, right? And first of all, Lincoln and Guba mentioned these 3 parts or components of paradigm, and later on axiology or the role of values was also added to your paradigm, right? So they identified 4 different major paradigms. Lincoln and Guba, they identified 4 paradigms. First is positivism, post-positivism, critical theory, and constructivism. So these are the 4 paradigms, major paradigms, which have been identified by Lincoln and Guba. And each one of this is different in ontology, epistemology, and methodology, right? So now let us first understand in detail what is ontology, epistemology, and methodology and axiology. So let us start with ontology. So ontology, here you have to understand it. This is the first step, right? Ontology, epistemology, methodology, and axiology, they are in a hierarchical form. So we always start with ontology. Ontology means it will talk about what is the nature of reality. Reality क्या है? What is the form of reality? ठीक है? It also deals with the questions of existence, right? What is existence, or what is the nature of existence? So nature and form of reality, nature and form and questions about existence. Now, is this reality, is it independent, right? Is it independent of the perceiver? Is it independent of the observer? It is dependent upon the observer. If this reality, how it is studied, if it is objective, the reality that we're seeing, is it objective in nature, right? What is the nature of reality means which nature are we talking about? If it is objective nature or subjective nature, right? And then we see also if there is one reality that is मतलब that research, what is it consider कि सिर्फ एक ही reality है, उस पे basis है हमारा पूरा research, या फिर हम ये भी consider करते हैं कि multiple realities है. अगर एक reality है तो that is realism, and if there are multiple realities, that is relativism, right? So we make certain assumptions, right? Based upon it has a set of assumptions. Ontology, it is based upon certain assumptions जिसमें हम assume करते हैं चलो that this is, we consider that in our research there is only one reality, right? या फिर we consider that this reality is objective, right? So this is a set of assumptions that we follow. Now let us look at some statements and try to understand ontology in detail. Ontology refers to the study of the nature and form of reality, right? It answers what question? That what exists. It answers what, ठीक है, क्या एग्जिस्ट करता है, राइट. इट डील्स द व्हाट पार्ट. Ontology concerns whether reality, what is the nature of reality, whether it is objective or subjective. It determines what is real, considered real in research, right? Ontological assumptions, they guide the research paradigms. Yes, it is the first starting point. Ontology जैसे है वैसे हमारा epistemology होगा, and depending upon the ontology and epistemology, the methodology will be decided. Realism assumes that reality exists. Now, realism का meaning क्या है? You just understand one reality. If there is one reality, it means what? It cannot be subjective. Subjective जहाँ भी आता है, we have multiple things, we have multiple opinions, multiple perceptions. But जहाँ पे एक आता है single, it means it is objective and it is independent of human perception. जब human perception will be involved, it becomes subjective. Right, when human perception becomes involved, if it is dependent, there is a relation between the human and the knowledge, then it becomes again subjective, right? Multiple realities, relativism. So realism deals that reality exists independent of human perception. Relativism assumes multiple realities exist. Objectivist ontology assumes क्या? Objective है मतलब single है, single stable reality. Constructivist ontology, right, which is subjective ontology, it assumes that reality is socially constructed, right? It is पहले में क्या है, मतलब reality is like stable, we have to discover it. But constructivist में क्या है, we have to know about, like it is socially constructed, so we have to find out the relationship between the reality. Ontology influences that knowledge is to be discovered, it is co-created, it is constructed. ये सब हो जाता है subjective या constructivist में. Ontology influences epistemological choices, true. Hierarchy में ऐसे ही जाता है. Positivism is what? Realist. Constructivism is what? Relativist. Right? Positivism का ontology, if the theory of positivism which was developed, उसका क्या ontology था? Positivism had the ontology of realist. Then constructivism जो था, it had the ontology of relativist. Ontology shapes how psychological phenomena are conceptualized. Yes, the conceptualization stage, the first stage, how psychological phenomena को हम कैसे conceptualize करेंगे, that is determined by ontology. Right? Example C, if we consider that intelligence is what? It is measurable, it is fixed, it means it is realist ontology. If intelligence को हम कैसे view करते हैं, it is culturally constructed, it means it is relativist. Right? Ontological assumptions are often implicit in research design. True, it's implicit, right? Research design हमारा है, ontology नहीं होगा तो how will the research be conducted? No, it cannot be. So it is implicit in the research design. Different paradigms differ primarily in ontological stance. Yes, right? Ontology precedes methodology. True. A realist ontology assumes universal laws govern behavior. Now see, realist ontology. Realist means single reality. When it is single, then it will be based upon universal laws, because universal laws are also single. If I say that F is equals to M into A, right? So it is a universal law. It is objective. It is realist ontology. Right? So realist ontology में it is assumed that the universal laws only govern the behavior. Whereas relativist ontology, what does it assume? That reality varies across context. Universal laws जहाँ पे होता है वहाँ पे variety नहीं हो सकता है. So it is realist. Right? Ontology affects whether research seeks generalization or contextual meaning. Right? Yes, ontology से ही affect होता है कि हम जो research होंगे उसमें generalization हम कर रहे हैं, relativism हम generalization कर रहे हैं, मतलब realism कर रहे हैं, single reality देख रहे हैं, या contextual meaning पे जा रहे हैं कि ये हमारा research जो है ये subjective रहेगा, ये interpretivist रहेगा, ये constructivist रहेगा, ये guide करता है ontology. Interpretivist research assumes multiple subjective realities, correct? Ontological debates influence quantitative qualitative approaches. Yes, methodology पर जब हम decide करेंगे ontology से होगा. If it is subjective, then we'll take qualitative methodology. If it is objective, we'll take quantitative methodology or quantitative approach. And in psychology, competing ontologies coexist, right? Different types of ontologies coexist. There is not that कि एक ही ontology है. We have now studied only ना कि there are multiple types of ontologies. Now, Objectivism, see, you have to draw synonymous words like objectivism, realism, positivism. एक्सपेरिमेंटल साइकोलॉजी में यूज होगा, एक्सपेरिमेंट हो रहा है, सर्टन फिक्स्ड होता है, तो इट इज रियलिज्म, राइट. ऑब्जेक्टिविज्म, when experiment, quantitative, all these words are used, it refers that single thing is existing, and single thing is existing means it cannot be dependent upon human perception, right. So reality exists independent of human perception. Subjectivism means relativism, constructivism, interpretivism, ठीक है, socially constructed, co-created. Qualitative psychology, not experimental, qualitative methods it's used, right. So this is all about ontology. Now let us see what is epistemology. Epistemology is, इसका meaning ही है the study of the theory of knowledge, right. So how knowledge, अब हम जो knowledge means what, whatever research हम कर रहे हैं वो knowledge के लिए कर रहे हैं ना, we are expanding some knowledge. So epistemology में ये decide होता है कि what is the nature of that knowledge and how do we acquire it, राइट. हम कैसे उस नॉलेज को एक्वायर करेंगे, ऑब्जेक्टिव वे में कर रहे हैं या फिर सब्जेक्टिव वे में कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. और वो जो नॉलेज है, इफ इट इज़ अ वैलिड नॉलेज, इफ इट इज़ अ रिलायबल नॉलेज, ऑल दिस थिंग्स आर ऑल्सो डिसाइडेड अकॉर्डिंग टू द एपिस्टेमोलॉजी. एपिस्टेमोलॉजी इज ऑफ टू टाइप्स, ऑब्जेक्टिव, सब्जेक्टिव. ऑब्जेक्टिव मतलब होता है आपका पॉजिटिविस्ट एंड सब्जेक्टिव होता है इंटरप्रेटिविस्ट, राइट. पॉजिटिविस्ट इज ऑब्जेक्टिव, इट इज़ रियलिस्ट ऑन्टोलॉजी, राइट. सो पॉजिटिविस्ट एपिस्टेमोलॉजी, ऑब्जेक्टिव एपिस्टेमोलॉजी में हम क्या करते हैं, हम नॉलेज को सिर्फ ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, हम नॉलेज को मेजर करते हैं, ऑब्जर्व करके मेजर करते हैं. सो नॉलेज इज गेन थ्रू ऑब्जर्वेशन एंड मेजरमेंट, इट इज़ जस्ट डिस्कवर्ड, राइट. इट इज़ यूज्ड इन क्वांटिटेटिव रिसर्चेस आर बेस्ड ऑन दिस. Whereas interpretivist epistemology क्या है, that knowledge is gained, knowledge is co-constructed, it is co-created. How? Through subjective understanding. It emphasizes on what? Meaning and context. Subjectivist, qualitative research, right. So what is epistemology? Theory of knowledge, right. It answers the question, how do we know what we know. पहले ontology में it was answering what we know, right, what is reality. But here epistemology is how we know what we know. Epistemology examines the relationship between the knower and what can be known. Yes, because इसमें हम relationship देख रहे हैं. अगर objective है तो relationship नहीं है. अगर subjective epistemology है, yes, there is a relation. Because why? Here in subjective epistemology, the knowledge is co-created, it is constructed, it is not just discovered by mere observation, just as it happens in positivist epistemology. Epistemologic assumption determines what counts as valid knowledge, what counts as reliable knowledge. True. It is influenced by ontology, yes, because it is coming second in the hierarchy. Ontology affects it. In positivism, knowledge is gained through positivism. मतलब आपको ये समझना, it is objective. Objective मतलब knowledge is gained through how? Observation and measurement. Interpretivism means हम interpret करते हैं, हम knowledge को co-create करते हैं, socially construct करते हैं through interaction, interpretation. Epistemology determines whether your research, how you are going to conduct it, how you are going to gain that knowledge. Objective way में आप जा रहे हो knowledge gain करने या subjective way में जा रहे हो. Objectivist epistemology assumes that, say if it is objective मतलब there is no relation, it means the researcher is detached from the subject, right. There is no relation between the observer and the knowledge. In where objectivist, ठीक है, कोई रिलेशन नहीं है, सिर्फ डिस्कवर किया जाता है, क्रिएट नहीं किया जाता है. सब्जेक्टिविस्ट में ऑपोजिट होता है, रिलेशनशिप होता है बिटवीन द ऑब्जर्वर एंड द नॉलेज, राइट. हम को क्रिएट करते हैं, हम सोशली कंस्ट्रक्ट करते हैं, ठीक है, एक्सपीरियंस का रोल होता है, राइट. एम्पेरिकल एविडेंस इज सेंट्रल इन पॉजिटिविस्ट एपिस्टेमोलॉजी, ठीक है. एम्पेरिकल एविडेंस मिलना दैट इज सेंट्रल. हम किस में, पॉजिटिविस्ट जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है उसमें एम्पेरिकल एविडेंस इज अ मस्ट, एंड कंस्ट्रक्टिविस्ट में मीनिंग मेकिंग, बिकॉज इट इज सब्जेक्टिव, नो, मीनिंग मेकिंग इज सेंट्रल. Epistemology influences the choice of quantitative or qualitative methods, right. Epistemology influences how methodology will be, if the methodology will be quantitative or the methodology will be qualitative. नॉलेज इन पोस्ट पॉजिटिविज्म इज कंसिडर्ड प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक रादर देन सर्टेन, इसलिए हम पढ़ेंगे पॉजिटिविज्म में क्या है, हम बस नॉलेज को जैसा है वैसे ही ले लेते हैं, बट पोस्ट पॉजिटिविज्म में वी सी दैट नो, नॉलेज इज नॉट सर्टेन, नॉलेज इज प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक. Whereas in first पहले positivism आया and based upon that some changes were made in post positivism. So positivism में it was believed that knowledge is certain. Post positivism में it is believed that knowledge is probabilistic, it is not certain. Epistemology defines criteria for truth, validity, reliability of knowledge, ये सब epistemology decide करता है. Rationalist epistemology, deductive reasoning. Empirist epistemology, inductive reasoning. क्रिटिकल थियरी जो थर्ड था लिंकन एंड गोबा का क्रिटिकल थियरी, उसमें क्या है, उसमें हम देख रहे हैं कि नॉलेज इज शेप्ड बाय पावर एंड सोशल स्ट्रक्चर्स. दिस यू हैव टू लर्न दैट क्रिटिकल थियरी में हाउ इज नॉलेज. पॉजिटिविज्म में हमने देख लिया इट इज सर्टेन. पोस्ट पॉजिटिविज्म में नॉलेज क्या है, इट इज प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक. क्रिटिकल थियरी में क्या है, नॉलेज इज शेप्ड बाय पावर एंड सोशल स्ट्रक्चर्स, राइट. एंड फिर है कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म में नॉलेज इज सोशली कंस्ट्रक्टेड. एपिस्टेमोलॉजी डिटरमाइंस वेदर रिसर्च एम्स एट प्रेडिक्शन और अंडरस्टैंडिंग. वो डिसाइड करता है कि हम प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे हैं कुछ या फिर हम अंडरस्टैंड कर रहे हैं. ये कौन डिसाइड कर रहा है, एपिस्टेमोलॉजी. एपिस्टेमोलॉजिकल बिलीव्स अफेक्ट द इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ डेटा. येस, हाउ वी आर इंटरप्रिटिंग डेटा. वैल्यू न्यूट्रल होता है क्या, पॉजिटिविस्ट. इंटरप्रेटिविस्ट इज वैल्यू लेडन बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ ओपिनियंस आर बीइंग कंसिडर्ड, सो यू हैव टू, इट शुड बी वैल्यू लेडन. ऑब्जेक्टिव में वैल्यूज का इतना रोल नहीं होता, इट इज वैल्यू न्यूट्रल. Epistemology influences reliability and validity standards. True. Knowledge may be viewed as discovered where positivism, constructed where constructivism. Epistemology is foundational to all research paradigms, right? So this is all about ontology and epistemology. We'll be dealing with methodology and axiology and the four paradigms which were discovered by Lincoln and Gowa, that is positivism, post-positivism, critical theory and constructivism in the next class. Thank you everyone.